Possibility Perspective with me, Jess. Authentic, bold, and challenging conversations. You'll hear stories from me, conversations with peers, and interviews with experts on a variety of topics. All with different perspectives. Now, let's get started. Okay, let's talk about marketing. And this is going to be my episode on the marketing perspective. If you are an entrepreneur or in that realm and you've tried different things, right? You've tried the strategies, you've tried the courses, you've tried the social media, you've tried blogs, you've tried podcasts, you've maybe hired help and it didn't work out, you've gone through the 90-day accelerator programs, you name it. There's so many things out there about marketing. If you're one of those people and you've tried these things and you're sitting here going, it's not working, like I'm not seeing the results, something just isn't aligning, something's not quite right. Or maybe you haven't tried a bunch of things, but you get a ton of emails in your inbox that are like, we can help you like magnify your impact and reach an audience and make lots of money in your business and all of these things. Or increase your SEO and that's your ticket, and you just get overwhelmed by it all. First of all, welcome to the club. I work for the Transformation Network. We are a media, marketing, podcast, video company, and we still get emails from people trying to solicit us to do these things. It is overwhelming, and it's a lot. And the thing is, none of it's right or wrong. I think that there is a place for all of it, and it's just a matter of what is aligning for you. And I think that is the secret ticket. I think that's the thing that's missing in most, I'm just lumping the things into the term marketing. I think that's what's missing is the alignment factor. What is aligned and true for you here and now? Now that seems like, well, you just tap into what's aligned for you and then it works. Not quite that simple, because true alignment means you have to get past your own barriers, your own fears, and your own doubts around things. Because something could be aligned for you, but there's all these layers of doubt and fear and programming keeping you from having that aligned thing or that aligned thing actually finding you or working for you. Now, why do I want to talk about this? Because this is a little unusual from my podcasting scope, but I wanted to just address a few of these things because I'm seeing it so much now. And there are a lot of people out there with incredible ideas and messages and tools that need to be shared and are just coming up against block after block after block after block. And so I'm sharing this in hopes that it sparks something, it sparks an idea, or it helps you move through something that you're working on. And from there, you're going to be able to take aligned action that really propels you forward in the way that you're meant to. Let's start with an example. I'm going to use myself as an example. I post a podcast episode every couple of months, and I've done it very casually. Have not really done a whole lot to market it. I started a Facebook page, I started an Instagram account, and I've done what I would say most people would probably consider moderate posting on those accounts. And I've interviewed some amazing people, and I've really just done this kind of off the cuff. I haven't really had a plan or an intention of any kind of growth or anything from it, right? So that said, that's not surprising that I have 3 listens on Spotify and maybe 100 views over here on, one platform, or, maybe my shorts get a few more views on YouTube. But I've never taken any super intention and aligned action toward growing my podcast. However, I work with people that have that intention. But when we dig a little bit deeper and I ask them why do you want to grow your podcast? The answers have been interesting. And a lot of times the answer doesn't really come out real clear because there's a lack of clarity and why around it. And so from a spiritual perspective, it's because we have to really align with the energy of why we're doing something. So in the podcasting world, if I'm talking to somebody and they're interested in doing a show and they're kind of really asking a lot of questions, but from a doubt lens, right? Like, well, how many people am I going to reach doing this? How many of those, what's the ROI? How many of those people convert into clients? And then, what's the stats on this, or what's the that, and what's the this? Now, don't get me wrong. I think that some stats and information is important, but I'm going to just go against probably what a lot of marketing professionals would say that you need to know your demographics and your audience and analyze these numbers and adjust your content based on who's watching and listening. And, oh, don't do that topic because this topic was the one that got really a lot of views. And so, it doesn't matter if you want to talk about this. That's not what people want to hear about. They want to hear about this. And then, you do all of this analysis and then all of a sudden you get so far removed from your why. Why were you doing this in the first place? Why am I creating this video or this podcast? I'm creating it because I want to help people. I want people to understand that if you're a creator, if you're an entrepreneur and you're thinking about getting into the podcasting or video space, really, really think about why. Why are you doing this? Because not typically, 100% of the time when I'm talking to people, they're doing this to serve. They started their business to serve people. They're authors, they're speakers, they're therapists, they're counselors, they're coaches, and they're in the business of helping people in some way, shape, or form. Fill in the blank of what they're helping people with, but that's the industry I'm in. The self-help, the transformational, the personal development industry. They get into this because they have this burning desire and passion to help people, to share wisdom and tools that they have learned that they can share with other people to help them go out and succeed in fill in the blank, whether that's your health and wellness journey, whether that is succeed in business, whether that is have an amazing relationship, whether that is heal from past trauma and wounds or grief. They all have this bedrock, unwavering desire to be in service to other people. They all have that in common. So how does that get super removed from the intention of having a podcast or a video and marketing and doing your business and reaching the right people and then converting those people into email list signups and purchasing the program or attending the retreat or buying the book or hiring me to speak or doing all these things, right? We go from this absolute pure intention to serve to starting a business, right? And the business is to serve. And so the business, the marketing brain tells us then, okay, well, in order to be successful in business, here's your business checklist of the things you need to do and how you need to do it, right? You got to niche down, you got to find your audience, you got to do the platform, whatever. And I'm not knocking any of those things because I do believe you need to have a plan, right? So what I'm talking about is balance. How do you balance the plan and the strategic action with alignment and energy? How can those two things go hand in hand? First of all, disclaimer, I'm not a business coach and I'm not intending to ever be a business coach or an energy coach or any of those things. I'm just a person who has observed a lot of things and I've watched people succeed and just skyrocket and have an amazing success in their business. And I've watched people struggle and not get anywhere and feel defeated and hurt. And so here's me just sharing some truths that I know that I've seen in hopes that it helps somebody. And I highly recommend when it comes to hiring a coach or a business coach or hiring help for something like this, again, you gotta go with what's aligned and true for you in that moment, because there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions and a lot of ways to do things, and none of them are wrong. So there are a lot of people that buy these like high ticket programs that last like a year or what have you, and they're like, anywhere from like 30 to sometimes even over $100,000, where they work with this master coach that helps them figure all their stuff out, right? Like figure out like who you are, your clarity, your message, your why, but then also how do you market that and all the tips and tools about setting up your funnel and how to be successful in business and how to sell to these high ticket clients and all these things. Those programs are amazing, obviously, and they've seen a lot of success for a lot of people. They're not for everyone. And not just because of the investment level. I fully believe that you get back what you put in. And so if you invest a lot of money, then you're, as long as it is aligned, then you can get a lot of money back from that. That's just my belief system and how it all goes and flows. There's also these, 90-day accelerator programs that if you do just this, and this, you'll quadruple your income, or you'll set up. Or there's people that are like, I created a 6-figure business without social media. Let me teach you how to do it too. But they're marketing that to you on social media. So anyways, again, it's not wrong. It's just there's a lot of options out there. And I think that's why it can get overwhelming. And that's why we really, really, really have to just go back to what's true to you, what's aligned in that moment, or, what's aligned right here and now, and work on our own blocks and fears and get past it. In 14 years of working with the Transformation Network and, hundreds and hundreds of different hosts and co-hosts with podcasts and videos and in their business and their offers, and helping them get clear on their message and remembering their why and putting themselves out into the world, I have seen people be very successful, and I have seen people struggle and be frustrated and give up. And there is a key difference. And I say this to people and they kind of look at me sideways. I have some people on the network that have been with the network probably about as long as I have, and they have never asked me about their analytics. They've never asked me about the number of people watching or listening, their podcast downloads. They've never asked me about the demographics. They've never asked me about this information. And so somebody in the marketing world might be like, what? That's bonkers. You need to know that information in order to be successful and target your audience and do these things. But you know what? Those people are the most successful on our network, literally. And how do I measure success? They continue with us year after year after year. They're thriving in their show. They love their show. It brings them joy. And they're approaching it from this knowing that they're making the impact that they set out to make. And they keep their eye on the prize. And do they see business benefits from it? You bet they do, because they're staying aligned in their purpose, in their passion, in serving. Their show is serving. Their show is serving the people that are watching and listening. Their show is serving their business, and they're not caught up in the details of the analytics and then second guessing and rethinking what is true to them, what is aligned for them, what is their purpose, what is their why. Do I sound like a broken record at this point? Because that's really what it is. They have this unknowing, unwavering faith that what they're doing is what they're meant to be doing, and it all works itself out. So, that said, I also have people who have asked me after every single episode, how many people watched it? What were the download numbers? Can we compare this to the previous one? Well, how come there were 15 more people on this one and this one? What do you think it was about the content that attracted 15 more people? And so the sarcastic person in me sometimes wants to be like, well, the 15 people from before, they were on vacation before, so that's why they didn't catch your previous episode, but they're back from vacation now, and so that's why they watch. Like, I don't know. I don't have that information. You're asking the wrong why question, bud. You're asking, all these analytical questions. You should be asking, why are you doing this? Who are you trying to serve? How are you trying to serve? What's in your heart to do? Is doing this even bringing you joy? Do you enjoy putting your episode topic together? Is it something that's fueled by your heart and your soul and your passion? If it is, then do it. And then let go. Let go of what the outcome and expectation is you think you need from it. Do you feel good if you've helped one person today? Does that, literally, do you feel good if you helped one person today? Like you did something good and you made somebody smile, or you gave them a piece of advice that just helped them trot along in their day. If that's what makes you feel good, then that's what you need to focus on. And I really do think it's that simple. I think it's the missing key in every single marketing, business, growth strategy is aligning with your real why and service and why you're doing something in the first place. You can follow all the tactics, all the plans, all the accelerators to the T. You can just check the box, check the box, check the box, check the box. Did it. Where are my results, right? You can check every box, do everything correctly, and still not see results. And it's not about what you're doing. It's about the energy behind doing it. If you're somebody who has struggled with that, if you have struggled with, I've tried this and it didn't work. I invested over here and it didn't work. I hired this person and they didn't get my voice. I tried posting on social media and it just, like, I didn't get any new followers and I didn't get any clients, or I took out Google ads, or I bought this program that was supposed to help me and nothing is working, nothing is working. So first of all, that's a negative story you're telling yourself, that nothing is working. And if that's what you're walking around thinking, then bless your soul, because then nothing is ever going to work if that's the story you continue to tell, because your words and energy have power, and the words you're speaking that nothing is working, that's not going to change anything. If you're telling yourself the story that nothing is working, then nothing is ever going to. And so I would urge you to really reconsider that statement. And how do you do that? How do you go from, this is just like really a real bummer. Nothing's working out. I've tried this. I've invested money in this. It didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. All the things say to, what did you learn, right? Like, rejection is protection. It gives you, it points, one door closes, another door opens. And sometimes that stuff can be really hard to hear when you're in it. It can be really hard to hear when you're in it. And so what do you do? And this is what I would tell my clients if, they're struggling and they're trying to figure out what to do. Go back to the beginning. Really gut check yourself. Why are you doing this in the first place? You're in business. You're an entrepreneur. You want to help people, typically. That's why you started this. You had some, crazy, miraculous, amazing aha moment of healing, or, this thing happened and you're just like, I want to pay it forward. I want to help people with this, right? Whether that's your health, your mindset, your business, your healing, your relationships, you name it, right? You've overcome something. And oftentimes people end up in this field of service because they're like, I was in it, I overcame it, I learned from it, now I want to share the wisdom. Like, that's like age-old belief systems right there, right? Teaching and storytelling and learning from each other. So this isn't a new concept, even though coaching is kind of exploded in the world as like this new thing. Really not that new. It's ancient wisdom being shared in an ancient format. We just have new technologies to help us do it, with podcasting and videos and social media and all those things. So if you go back to your why you start doing this in the first place, and just really, really hold on to that, and see what you can find in joy in just the small moments. If you're a creator, are you, racking your brain and pulling out your hair trying to come up with content, or are you just in the joy of it, right? Are you overthinking what to talk about because you're afraid people won't want to listen or watch or do any of the things, or are you just speaking from the heart and speaking what you know and you're having fun with it? Because if you're doing this and you're putting it out in the world and you're having fun and it's bringing you joy, and it is the true intention of it is to be in service, then let it do that and let go of what you think you're supposed to get back from it. It's what I'm doing with this video. Am I doing this to monetize my YouTube channel or get a certain amount of views or what have you? No. Would those things be cool? Maybe. I hadn't really thought about it, but maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure that that's my intention as a creator. This became a creative outlet for me, and I am having fun doing it, and it's good practice, and I get to ramble and speak and share my thoughts and interview other people, and I am in joy doing it. And the moment I am not, and it becomes work or hard or a burden to me, you best believe I'm going to take a pause and reevaluate. And it's exactly what I did when I started this podcast. My first 6 episodes came out in, I think, 2022. And I took almost a 2.5-year break because I had to reevaluate why I was doing this and what I wanted to do with it, and was it really going to bring me joy? And so that's what I'm leaning into with every single one of my episodes. And that is my advice to every single creator, whether you're working with me at the Transformation Network or you're doing your own thing. Get back to what's true to you and your why, and then take aligned action from there. Because there are going to be opportunities that present themselves. Opportunities that don't cost you any money, they cost you time. Opportunities that are going to cost you time and money. And you want to take aligned action when they present themselves. And that's what I strive to do when I'm working with potential new clients or existing clients, is I really try to find out, what are you trying to do? How are you trying to do it? What lights you up? Just speaking, on a camera scare you but light you up in kind of an excited way? Or, like what kind of fears and doubts are holding you back, and how do you really want to be in service? And then figure that out and then just go do it. Go do it and let go of the what if people don't like it, or let go of the perfectionism, right? Like that. Like, do we have to edit that out? No. Just speak, just be you. Because the second we start to edit ourselves, we become inauthentic. The second we start to question if what we were saying is going to land or hit or do the right things, we become inauthentic. And then when we're inauthentic, we don't feel aligned. And when we don't feel aligned, we're not having fun. And you see where I'm going with this. So this is my big piece of advice to you. Really tap into your why. And then take aligned action from there. If you're watching this or listening to this and you are an entrepreneur and you are in that space and this stirred something in you and you want to have a conversation with me about the Transformation Network, or just, have a chat with no obligation whatsoever about where you're at and what your goals are and what you want to do in the world, and just have somebody be your cheerleader for half an hour, I'm happy to do that. I consider it just a consultation, and I'm happy to share advice or tools or tips, and absolutely share what the Transformation Network can do and see if it's the right fit for you. And until next time, I wish you peace, I wish you joy, and I wish you the statement of everything is working out for you.